Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of The Oval Season 1, Episode 13. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you're a family member, you're one of my peoples, welcome back. Now, y'all, I'm going to try to watch the spinoff of this show, Ruthless, but I've been putting this off for the longest time, mainly because I've been focused on making masks for me and my husband and potentially some other family members. So I just kept on putting it off, and then I didn't realize that The Oval was coming on last night. So I'm going to try to watch it because I want to see what happened to Ruth and the grandbaby. Can't remember the grandbaby's name, but I want to see what's going over there at the Ragaducious headquarters. And hopefully I will be able to finish that by the time next week's episode of The Oval come on, so I'll be up and caught up. But I just wanted to say that. So we starting off over at Richard, Nancy, and Barry's house with Barry getting arrested because they didn't find a bloody knife on him. Now, I don't know why he thought it was a good idea to take said bloody knife and put it on his person and walk outside where the police are. Like, we was already discussing calling the police because Ragaducious woman done killed herself. And we know that the police is going to be on their way. So why are we taking weapons outside to have blood on them with us? I did not understand that thinking at all. And now they wasn't even really fooling with him. It was like the way he was acting. They was like, oh, so you kind of acting kind of strange, so we going to try to arrest you right quick. And they find a knife on him. Like, you see the police when you was walking out the door. That's when you should have turned around, went upstairs, put the knife back where it was at, or at another location, something, so it's not on you, so you don't look like you the person that you done stabbed somebody. But anyway, first set of cops, they take Barry off to jail. Richard telling him not to say anything. The second set of cops, they come over. They show up because somebody committed suicide at their residence, and they proceed to handcuff Richard and Nancy. Richard steady telling Nancy, "Don't say nothing, Nancy. Don't say nothing." Barry, he in the back of the police car acting a complete fool, because rightfully so, because he see his mom and daddy getting handcuffed, and he don't understand why. But the police were handcuffing them. It's like, somebody shot in your house. We don't know if it's a suicide and all that stuff. So we're going to handcuff y'all right now until we can figure some things out. Now, over at the White House, what's his name? Oh, I can't think of what the president's name is right now. He didn't came back from the bathroom, and he didn't went over there and seen poor Mistress Denise decapitated. So he didn't passed all the way out. He laid out on the floor. He don't know what to do. Kyle on the other side of the door is like, well, he sure is taking a long time this time. I'm wondering what type of assassin got in the White House. One, got clearance to get inside the White House. Two, was able to kill Mistress Denise. And three, like, how did the person get into the bedroom? At first, I initially thought it was Kyle, but Kyle seemed to be, like, confused as well as what's going on, but that could be all just an act. It could have been he been talking to the uppity grandma, and uppity grandma told him he needed to take care of this whole situation with Mr. Denise, and Kyle just did that on his own. But then again, at the same time, I'm like, there's cameras everywhere, but they probably blocked the cameras off on this area. I don't know, but I was just wondering what, assassin was able to do all this and nobody heard a thing. Just wondering. Now, what is doggone it? The first lady in the children, they up there having, lunch with the uppity grandma. And uppity grandma doesn't like the way that the first family is acting. Now, I'm going to try to remember my uppity grandma voice. So y'all, bear with me. She's a bird. You should no, that sounds like Mama Joyce. You should always. No, that ain't it. Neither. I'm going to try to get my uppity grandma. It was like, you can tell that she was uppity and she looked down on people. I'm trying to get that voice. The press is always watching. You should always have a smile on your face, even when you're in pain. Because Raggedy Gale done told her she don't feel like smiling because, her boyfriend, he dead. He done got killed by the FBI agents, and she don't feel like smiling. But the grandma's like, you should always smile. Yes. Creepy Jason, zip up your pants. I'm trying to do all the facials and everything, too. He's like, what you talking about? Zip up your pants. You wouldn't want to go to the boarding school that I sent Victoria to, would you? No, you would not. Would they, Victoria? I don't know if that's her name, but that's what I'm calling right now, First Lady. Yeah. Yeah, she even threatened, I will come stay with you for a while if that's what it takes. Like, y'all don't want grandma up in the house. Now, we already know Victoria, she is a whole lot of crazy and a whole lot of evil and a whole lot of mean. So, if she's scared of her mama, you know that mama got to be just pure and utter evil. Because Victoria, she is evil. You know, up with the grandma, she is pure evil, hatred. She might be even the devil, the way she be acting. The way Victoria be acting towards her mama, you would think her mama was the devil, the way she be carrying on. Now, Kyle, he walks in, Hunter, that's what the president's name was, Hunter. He walks in on passed out President Hunter on the floor and Mistress Denise dead on the bed. Now he asking doggone the president, what did y'all take his, president like, she do like to take a little bit of ecstasy. I'm like, yeah, but ecstasy gonna make your head fall off. That is not a symptom of ecstasy. Now, mind you, I have never taken ecstasy, so I'm just gonna assume a pill is not gonna make your head fall off. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that. So now, Kyle, he's acting like this is a normal situation. He didn't doggone got the president up off the floor. He walking like a doggone newborn baby deer because he done just seen Mistress Denise. He went to go kiss Mistress Denise. We're going to say this is Mistress Denise's head. He went to go kiss her and lifted up her head, and her hair just like separated from the body. So of course he passed out, walking like a baby deer, don't know what to do. Kyle and threw him in the shower so he didn't get cleaned up and get a little shock to, get that shock out of his system. He get to grabbing the laundry bag, throwing all the stuff in it, all the blood and everything else, scrubbing. I'm like, Kyle, you were a little too calm for me to have just seen a dead body. We know somebody didn't kill this person. You were a little too calm for me. Yeah, she was looking frantic, but like, I would have been over the corner, doggone this shaking, not knowing what to do. But you just jumped right into action. Got the big old rolling laundry basket, got all the sheets and stuff, threw Mistress Denise in there. And I don't know where you was going to take her, but yeah, that's what you did. And he got everything together. Now, Bobby and his beard is trying to convince, Lily that he is not the bad guy. Somebody done sent me to come after you, and I think it's Kyle. He even proceeds to, show pictures of Donald and Kyle together, and I don't have a piece of it. Yes, I do. This is an envelope of some sorts. She's looking at her. Oh. She's with all the dramatics, like, oh my goodness, I can't believe what I'm seeing. Am I seeing this? Is this what I'm seeing? My eyes say it. I'm seeing this. Where did you get this? That's my question. Bobby, where you get them pictures from? I'm wondering because, like, I know this is a Tyler Perry show and the things don't always make sense. So how did you get information about Donald and Kyle when they supposed to have not been together in a while since he's married Lily? I think that's how it was. Kyle's upset because Bobby ran off and married Lily. And I believe they've been married for a while. So how was you able to get these pictures? Now, she's realizing that this is true. One, because Bobby and his beard, they were able to get her out of her panties quick, fast, and in a hurry. And Donald ain't been trying to have sex with her for the longest time. So, she figured he out there doing something else than having sex with her. So, like, she, throwing him and his beard out the window. Because she got to wrap all this around her head. She got to figure out what's going on. Now, let's move over to Nancy and Richard's house. This nosy lady, next door neighbor, she wanted to know what's going on. Rightfully so. It's several police cars at my neighbor's house, and my neighbors are, church going people. So why is there police over here? Like, what's going on? Who's that dead body right there? Like, of course, they can't tell her anything because, this is an active investigation. So she gets on the phone and calls Sam and let Sam know that Richard, Nancy, and Barry, they all been arrested. There's somebody done got killed over their house. The police is questioning me and not giving me all the information I want. They want to know if, the family could kill folks. And I done looked at him like he was stupid, with the acting that I had. And I was, lady, she wasn't the best of actress, but, she wanted to know what was going on. So now Sam got to leave his job to go help out Richard, Nancy, and Barry. Now, Richard already told Nancy not to say anything, but Nancy don't be doing what she's supposed to do. Mainly letting the little girl be around mama. When, she know the mama was in a cult and she know the mama had drug issues. Like, my thing is, with cults, they always try to bring, well, not always, but they be bringing the children in here too. You didn't think that was a possibility? But anyways, she get to saying how she didn't know who the lady was. The lady wanted her help. The Rakadushi lady. Had the lady help kidnap the grandbaby. Now Sam done pulled up. Now Sam lets the detective know that Richard and Nancy, they good people and that Barry is his godson. Now I don't know if he was just saying that because I was like, you don't look like you old enough to be Barry's godson. I don't know if it's, you just look young for your age or Barry's. I don't know. You don't look like you should be Barry's goddaddy. I'm just going to say that. But he say he Barry's goddaddy, so we're going to go with that. Maybe he just got a youthful looking face like me. I don't know. But the detective says that we got all kind of information about this family, like the make and model of this car matches of the homicide that we had been investigating, and it was a bloody knife and a stack of money. Now, bloody knife, yeah, that sounds weird. A stack of money, yeah, since they look like they scratching and saving good time because the only person that actually this time is working is Sharon, and he over there beating that pharmacy dude. So he ain't exactly squeaky clean. But since you vouching for him, which this is I was looking at Tyler Perry like, really? Since Sam came along and Sam worked at the White House, we gonna let these people go. We just gotta, have Kareem drop charges against Barry and everything's gonna be fine? Is that what you're telling me? I was like, I guess. Now let's move over to Lily and Donald. Now, she didn't came to his office, trying to seduce him because she's trying to prove that, no, he loved me. He don't want to be with Kyle. That has to be a mistake. It just has to be a mistake. And after that doesn't work, she asks, why did you marry me? Like, for real, why did you marry me? Didn't she confesses that, Bobby and his beard tried to get with me at the airport? Did you hire him? And he was like, get with you. How did he know where he lived at? Did you have sex with him? And she's like, did you have sex with him? And he's looking like, with Bobby? She was like, no, with Kyle. Well, she didn't say that. And then she proceeds to show him the evidence of him and Kyle. Now he's looking like, I didn't know that there was pictures of us together. But yes, there was pictures of y'all together. He talking about Kyle was the only dude that he has been with and that he is committed with her and how, he needed to get married to have his job. And he chose her. It was beautiful. I'm like, you sitting here telling me that the only reason you got married to me is because you need to be married to get this job. This is not going to make me feel good about myself. One, first of all, I didn't find out you on download. And I'm your beard and I didn't know I'm your beard. And you talking about it was a beautiful thing, I chose you. She's like, you know what? I'm not finna do this. I'm not. She said she filing for divorce. And he says, that sounds like something you would want to do, but you're not going to be able to do that. It's basically, these people not going to let you divorce me. And she's like, I'll show you. Now, Victoria, she back from hanging out with uppity grandma and the raggedy and creepy children. And she's like, yep, you just had to tell her I ain't going to be able to come. He's like, oh, she'll be there in a minute. Like, he said, trying to tell her, girl, you don't know the politics in this. People will kill you. No, you got to play by the rules. So, y'all, he goes to talk to doggone with Richard. Not doggone to Richard, he goes to talk to Richard. Nancy, tell your tail in the car. You don't need to be privy to anything that's going on because I see you like to run your mouth a little too much. He didn't say that, but I'm saying it for you. Now the plan is to let Pinky take the fall for shooting Doe Dude because one, it was Pinky's gun in the first place, and two, Pinky dead, so it's a win-win. We can get y'all off of shooting this car and shooting and accidentally killing this man. It's all good. It was Pinky's gun. You gave the gun back to Pinky. It's cool. We just need you to drop the charges, have Kareem drop the charges against Barry. And still, I'm trying to figure out in my mind, and I know I need to stop doing this when I'm watching Tyler Perry shows, is how is it that this bullet was able to hit this man? Because first of all, I said this on at least 2 episodes of a review of The Oval. They was in a car down here. The house was up here. The bullet, even if it went through the door, it would have to go right here and it would have went into the yard if anything. But somehow this bullet was a magic bullet and it went through the door, hit the grass, and kicked up, speed and went into the house and killed this man. And I'm still trying to figure out why. And I'm still trying to figure out why do I do this to myself when I'm watching Tyler Perry shows. Lastly, now, Kyle, he didn't went all around trying to get Mistress Denise's body up out of the White House. Now, Jean, her job is to do the laundry. She sees Kyle, and first of all, Max is already being mad at Kyle because Kyle took his, job. So, he made sure that Kyle was stuck in the elevator. So, Jean trying to do her job was like, I'll take that laundry for you. No, don't touch this. No, I got this. Don't ever touch this. She's like, okay, cool. She's like, is that blood right there? He's like, where? She get to pull him out the blanket and there go dead Mistress Denise. And she get to screaming and, doing all that stuff. I would have screamed too if I just see a woman bloody just laying in the laundry basket himself. I would have did all kind of screaming myself. But this is when... I don't want to say curiosity killed the cat. This man told you, and he told you in a mean way, don't touch that. And your first thought was, ooh, is that blood? Let me go touch it. And, ah! Well, that wasn't the scream that she gave, but it might as well been. So, y'all, that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on to my beautiful face. Put up a video, you can click on it, you can like it, you can share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already a family member and one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. Now this is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.